you step back, I'll put my... This is Richard Whitney for North Beach Community Television. We're down here at the Grace Harbor Historical Seaport. Of course, the Lady Washington behind us. And we're going to be going out today on her one voyage out of Aberdeen. She's going down to San Francisco to winter. So you folks are coming along with us on a voyage on the Lady Washington. Thank you for watching North Beach Community Television. All right, we're here on the Chehalis River on the Lady Washington, and we're underway. We're about to talk to some of the crew. We're about to see what how to sail this thing, and it's quite a overcast October day. But then, of course, isn't it always overcast on the harbor? And we're going to have some fun today. So let's go on down and talk to some of the crew and see what's going on. And back up. All right, I'm standing here with Stacy. And Stacy, what's your job here on the Lady Washington?
I'm the gunner on the Lady Washington.
You're the gunner? Mm-hmm. All right, and we're going to be blowing off the guns today, I assume.
Yes, we'll probably be using one of the swivel guns, which is up on the poop deck.
All right, those are smaller than this one.
Yes, they're what we call them 1.5 pounders.
1.5
And this is a 3-pound cannon, which means that by definition it can shoot out a cannonball the size, well, basically 3 pounds.
A 3-pound
Yes.
cannonball. Now, the original Lady Washington that Robert Gray sailed in back in 1790...
1787-ish.
1787-ish. All righty, thank you.
Sure.
Did that have 3-pound cannons?
She actually had 6-pound cannons.
Right.
And you can see there's another cannon right over there. And we started out, let's see if I got these numbers right. We started out with 2 3-pounders and 2 swivel guns. The original had, I believe, 6 6-pounders and 4 swivel guns or 2 swivel guns. Not exactly sure, but...
Okay. Now, this is not going to be blowing out a real 3-pound cannonball.
No. I hate to break the news to you, but we actually shoot out just gunpowder and bisquick.
Okay, very good. So sort of that pancake blast.
Yes, exactly. And every once in a while, when the captain and I are feeling like we're in the mood to do something different, we'll shoot out a Brussels sprout or something.
All right.
Don't tell.
Okay. None of that kind of stuff. Now, what are you doing here to the cannon?
I'm just putting a protective covering over her. This is just basically lamp
Well,
black,
greetings.
beeswax.
Les,
Hi.
how you doing? Good. Good. Les? Danny, come on up here for a second. This is Les Bolton I'm standing with, and he is the executive director of the Grace Harbor Historical Seaport.
Yeah.
Les, we're doing this for North Beach Community Television.
Great.
You're going to be wintering the boat down in San Francisco.
Well, we're going to head for San Francisco. We'll be sailing around San Francisco Bay through the end of November. Then we'll be moving down the coast, spending about a week in each port, doing educational access programs.
Good.
Right now, I just got word from the other vessel that we're working with that we've got 115 schools already signed up. Most of them for sailing programs, so it looks like a real good one.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Now I noticed this is a different crew from last time I was out here with you.
Yeah.
Is this part of the educational program?
Ongoing, constantly ongoing, and part of the education program not only brings people in as volunteers, but allows them to move up. The last time that you were on board, Gary Stugard was the engineer. Well, now Gary Stugard is actually Captain Stugard, who today is working on some masts in the shipyard. Today, we have actually 4 licensed masters on board the boat.
Wow.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, we have Captain Cook right there. That's Kelly is our ship's cook. She's a licensed master. Chris Welton, who is
they're just
operating the vessel today. He's a diesel mechanic and teaches at Long Beach State College, and this is one of the things that I'm going to take this next quarter off from teaching and go out and do some doing. So yeah, pretty excited.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Now, are there any more movie deals in the works?
We're working right now with MGM on a project with Dustin Hoffman that would be a 56-day movie shoot.
Nice.
Yeah, it would be. But they're kind of up in the air as to the exact location. We've done bids on this project for doing it over in Port Angeles, which would be our preference, try to keep it in Washington State. Then they called us and said, what would it cost you to go to Puerto Rico?
Our way.
Yeah, that was, Puerto Rico certainly is interesting. Do we want to go that far? The money is right. I spoke recently with the Bounty, that's the other vessel, and the problem is, where do you get a ship and a brig? How do you get two boats together without somebody going a real long distance?
Yes.
And the Bounty, their quote was $800,000 to go to Puerto Rico and then on to England. They don't want us for the England ship, but they do want us to be with the Bounty, and we'll be part of the first.
Oh, yeah, it sure is.
A fleet of 9 ships that sailed to Australia will start the Penal Colony at Botany Bay. So we'd be carrying prisoners, which actually wouldn't be much different than what we do normally.
That's right.
And you people will be held for ransom.
Now, Les, we were down filming for North Beach Community Television in May, and we had a longboat race going on.
Yeah.
Now, over winter, is the Historical Seaport going to be doing anything like the longboats?
Actually, we've got a real exciting program that's been happening lately. We have a program for kids called Longboat Club.
Right.
It happens every Thursday at 3:30, and I mean the response has been tremendous. We've had to use 2 boats every Thursday. We had a group of kids this last summer with a project Sail, and we worked with junior high school kids, the Aberdeen State College, and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, and we put together a program where junior high school students are doing real research for the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. And so, yeah.
Now, if we come down on a Thursday at 3:30, what are we going to see with the kids?
Well, what you'll see with the kids is a bunch of guys getting boats ready. And then right now, the program, for the last 3 weeks, they've learned how to pull. This next Thursday, they're going to sail for the first time. And then we're going to continue to sail through the end of October. And then we're going to be moving into the other elements of the longboat program, the Longboat Club, and that is that they're going to start learning about knots, what we call marlin spike seamanship. They're going to learn a little bit about navigation. We're going to learn about some of the competition elements. We're going to do some research into costumes. And then between November 1st and March 20th, we'll be developing ourselves as a competitive team to go out and compete with the competitions.
Are there other teams here in Washington State?
There are. As a matter of fact, there's a fierce team out of Olympia that has, that's mostly junior high school kids. They've got 3 boats, and they are 2-time winners of the Pacific Challenge. As a matter of fact, they took the King's Cup in British Columbia this year. The focus is excellent. Pay attention, excellence. That's what it is. And we've been working with the kids, and it's been really exciting to see them come from looking like a spider on its last legs, all the oars just, to being able to actually pull together and, have the boats really making way. Once they learn how to sail, I think that the spirit that the team has is excellent, and there's no reason why we can't be, serious international competitors.
Let's say a high school kid on the North Beach is seeing this interview, and he wants to join up and to learn something about the longboats and the costumes and the knots.
Right.
What would he do?
He could give the Seaport a call, and that number is 532-8611.
532-8611.
Right. He can call us and ask about the Longboat Club, and we are going to be doing some projects with the kids in November and December with Marlin Spike, making some Christmas gifts.
Okay.
So that not only do they get to make some things, but that they actually are going to be things that they can make effective use of. And then in March, as we get ready to train our coxswain, the person that sits in the stern of the boat, right now we have 6 kids that want to go through coxswain training, and that'll be 4 weekends. Longboat Club will start back up full-time in April, and then we'll be, as a group, we'll be planning to do a couple escape trips, so that we'll actually take a day off from school. Everybody's got to work this out with their school, so that you get a full day of yeah, it's integrated curriculum, but that will be going out with students, and we'll spend a day, probably go out and do some things during the bird migration and during the whale migration. Probably do some study of the spartina that we have here in the harbor, which is an invasive grassland that could have serious repercussions here in the harbor.
Okay, we out in Ocean Shores, we have a grass growing in the lake out there that's causing all kinds of problems too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, this is the spartina that we went to study in the Willapa. Right now is taking over 500 acres a year in the Willapa, and that's shellfish beds.
Wow.
And losing 500 acres a year of shellfish beds could have serious implications to, certainly it's heavily impacted the clam harvesting and the oyster harvesting in the Willapa, and we now have spartina here in Grays Harbor.
So, I mean, it's not just the history of the boats, learning how to sail, the knots, you're doing scientific things also.
Right, well, again, it's a lot like life. You can't say this is history and you just slice that off and that's history. Well, you know, yeah, it is, but we're doing history. We're doing, as a matter of fact, the students that took part in Project Sail, they're putting together a presentation that they'll be giving to the Aberdeen School Board on October 15th, but on October 28th, we've been asked to come to the second annual Spartina Bash, which brings together researchers from Washington and Oregon who are trying to battle Spartina.
Right.
And they've asked our kids to do a presentation on the research that they did, and they're looking to use what we're doing to help start similar programs around the state.
Very nice.
Yeah. Really exciting.
A lot of things happening down at the seaport.
Yeah.
Very good. Alrighty, Les, we're going to be walking around talking to the crew, taking some pictures, showing everybody just what goes on around here.
Great.
Thank you for
Thanks for the opportunity.
having this lovely boat.
You know, thanks for the weather.
Yeah.
You brought the boat, you brought the weather.
That's it.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Les.
Okay, great.
We're going to go back to Stacy down here. We're going to see, Stacy's getting ready to do something.
Well,
Danny, come on around here. And then we got the son and Stacy. Now, Stacy, we're going to be firing this thing today.
we're actually going to be firing one of the swivel guns.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I lost track.
It's okay. The reason why we're not going to fire this one is that she's still set up for ocean voyage. You can tell that all this stuff is not normal. Basically, we want to keep her on board when we're going around doing a lot of fun stuff out in the water. So this one's kind of off limits right now, but I am taking care of her. Don't want her to get all rusty and go away on us.
Now, what is that you're putting on there?
It's a combination of beeswax, lamp black, just different stuff like that. Basically wax. It's a protective covering.
Very good. Now, in the olden times, and when you do fire this, there are wheels on this, and it will recoil.
I can go through the steps if you like, and I can show you what we would normally do.
All right.
My gear is put away, so I couldn't show you. But first thing we would do, well, this would not be on here. First thing we would do is we'd take care of these. We'd take them out. We'd get the lashings off, get them out of the way.
Okay.
Then, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little plug right here, little handle that I would take out. I would take out my charge, put it in the hole, then I have a thing that I would use to tamp it down, to ram it home.
Okay.
I bend over and I ram it home until it feels like it's, you know,
Back there.
tamped down there. Yeah, you kind of get a feel for when it's right. Then I would take a thing that I would use to prick it. What that is a long metal rod that I would poke right down in here and go down into the black powder.
Now let me interrupt at this point. This is all covered with the beeswax
Yes.
and oil black.
Yes,
And
lamp black.
Lamp black, thank you.
Sure.
So you prick it and you put the fuse down. Okay, now do you know where to prick it or?
Yeah, there's an area right here that you can't see. It's a smaller indentation.
Okay.
And that's where there is actually a hole there, and right now it's just covered up with wax.
Okay, very
So what
good.
I would do is I would prick that, then there's a hole going down into the powder. So then I would use priming powder and pour that into the hole, and then what it is officially called pricked and primed. So then I would let the captain know that the 3-pounder is pricked and primed, and he knows that whenever he gives the call, I can fire. And at that time, I would be standing by with some type of, just basically some type of flame. It depends. Lately, we've been using cigarettes.
Okay.
I just have, you know, Mr. Engineer give me a cigarette, and I stand here and light it. Basically, that's it. And the call that we would use is fire in the hole.
Fire in the hole.
And give them about 1 or 2 seconds. Everyone plugs their ears, hopefully. And you get a resounding whack if I hit what I was supposed to, and the cannon will recoil back. And that's why we take the lashings off, so that it doesn't break.
Alrighty.
And what we do is we have a mat back here so that if it were to recoil quite a distance, it would just hit the mat or our ocean pearls. So
Very
that's
good.
basically it.
And this is a whole lot noisier than the 1.5 pounder.
Oh yeah, yeah. This thing surprises people sometimes when they're not aware of how loud it can be. The 1.5 pounders, our swivel guns, are loud enough that you're going to want to plug your ears, and if you get kind of in the way, your ears will ring for quite a while.
Okay.
Yeah, you'll see later I always have phones on.
Oh, good.
Because I have both hands busy and I'm not going to go deaf. But yeah, this is extremely loud. It's enough to shatter windows, and so I would not, if there was a house there, I would not shoot this 3-pounder off, or I would break the windows, basically.
Now, where do they make these things nowadays? Did you make it at the seaport, or?
You would ask me this question, wouldn't you? No, they make them in certain special shops. We got some random place like Idaho, I don't remember.
Okay.
Just, there are certain areas that still specialize in stuff like this. The same thing with our period clothes. And we just find that area, we call them up, say this is what we need, and they send it to us. We're actually in the process of getting another cannon.
A 6-pounder?
No, a 3-pounder. The 6-pounders are a lot larger, and yeah, since we have the hatch, which the original didn't have, it would get in our way a lot more than theirs would have.
Okay.
So we're in the process of getting one, and what we would do is send the money of $2,000, and we'd have to find a way to ship it over here. And these are extremely heavy. You can tell I can't even budget.
All right. It looks heavy.
Yeah, it is.
It's cast iron, or cast something or the other.
Also, just a little bit of knowledge. This right here helps me aim it. If I wanted to aim higher, I would pull it back some. I can't flash right now,
Right.
but I would pull it back some and I'd be able to aim it higher.
And Danny, I don't know if you can see this, but this is just a wedge in here. Okay. And you want to aim low, you simply push the wedge in.
And then I tamp it down.
Now, in the movies, you always see firing back and forth between ships, but in reality, these were for ground fire, for firing into the land?
They're for whatever you want to use it for.
Okay.
Yeah, we tend to...
Birds, look out.
Exactly. Now, when we were in Seattle, we shot at everything from a ferry over to downtown Seattle.
Okay.
Got the Space Needle a couple times.
Alrighty.
And it's a lot of fun. These things are so loud that when we're a good mile or two off, probably about a mile off, we can get thunder rolling around, just cloud thunder in Seattle for a good 15 seconds sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you from Seattle?
Interesting question. I'm originally from California, but I'm going to school at a university in Tacoma, which is right outside of Seattle.
Okay.
Obviously not right now. I'm on break. I'm taking a year off, but I originally do.
A good place to take a break is right here on the Lady Washington.
Good timing.
Very good.
Yeah. So this is what I plan to do, or something like this after I graduate anyway.
You're going for the master's program?
Yeah, I hope so. I'm a biology major, and so I would like to work on a research vessel, but I would also try to find some type of, I don't know, some way to also sail. Who knows?
A lot of kids watch North Beach Community Television. Is this a good program for kids to get into?
Oh, this is wonderful. I mean, not many people have a chance to live in the 18th century. And
True.
when we go around, one of my favorite things to do is show the children when we do educational tours, and show them what a lot of this stuff is used for, why we use the windlass, how they really ate, what they really ate. That's always a fun one. And it's very interesting, and I wish that I knew this stuff when I was younger. I mean, I still am a kid when it comes to a lot of this stuff, and we always run around. Hey there. We always run around and enjoy learning new things.
This is a lot of fun. I love going on this ship.
Yeah, this is my favorite thing to do. It's kind of neat that it's my home.
Very neat. And it really is your home. I mean, there are bunks downstairs and the whole 9 yards.
Yeah, this is where, if people need to contact me, this is my home, this is my address. I'll be on here for up to a year. I have no other home right now.
All right, if you're writing Stacy, P.O. Box, Lady Washington.
Yes.
All right, well, Stacy, thank you very, very much for explaining the cannon and the program. And we're going to take a look at 2 bunks, if you don't mind.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very, very much.
Sure.
All right, we're going to be going down and seeing the crew's quarters right now. And believe it or not, there are quarters downstairs. So let's see, and hopefully the purser's downstairs, and we can talk about the quarters. So let's see what's happening down here.
Overnight
You can shut her down.
Somebody wants to get your money.
Okay, that's right. All right, I'm standing here with Julianne, and she is the purser
That's right.
on the Lady Washington. And Julie, you're with the student program, or you're studying to be a master, or?
Well, I started as a volunteer, like most people on the Lady Washington.
Yes.
And I got a job after about 2 months. They told me, be the purser. So I'll be the purser now.
Okay, so the purser handles the money.
All the money.
All the money.
Yep.
Now, besides buying things down at the historical seaport, you can actually buy things right here on the Lady Washington.
Exactly.
Okay. And this is the shop.
This is the shop.
So we have sweatshirts, mugs, and
Postcards and
cribbage
t-shirts,
boards.
all kinds of stuff.
Alrighty.
Limited edition coins, scrimshaw artwork, all kinds of really neat stuff that you can only get on the Lady Washington.
Oh, we got a Lady Washington.
That's right.
Okay, very good. Well, we may have to get some of that stuff.
Yeah, you should.
Okay, good. Let me ask you, being one of the crew, do you live here on the boat along with everybody else on the ship?
Yes, I sure do.
Okay. Now I see the bunks over here, and Danny's going to pan over to those bunks.
Yes. Those, go ahead.
Are those the bunks? Are those your bunks?
Well, those are bunks for what we call overflow crew. We've got regular berthing for 12 people. Forward of this bulkhead or wall right here is what's called the forecastle. That's a condensation of forecastle, and it means it's forward of the foremast. That's where the sailors have traditionally slept on boats like this.
Okay.
Now, ours has 8 bunks in it. The foremast goes right through the middle of it like a large tree.
Okay.
And our private space is about the size of 2 coffins. Okay, it's a bunk, and you put a little blanket over it, and you have your little private space. You got a reading lamp, and that's pretty much it. That's the forecastle. And then in the aft cabin, the captain, the mate, the cook, and another sailor would sleep back there. The captain and the mate have private little rooms
All right.
that are about this big, and they can stand up in them. They have doors. And then the quarter berths are where the cook and the first mate would sleep.
And why do they call them a quarter berth?
That's a good question. I really don't know. These are the least private of all of the berths on the boat. There's a business table in the middle of the aft cabin, and there's not much privacy for the berths. They have to climb literally one of the two when they get to their bunks. But it's a good little setup.
All right.
So when we have more people than will fit in the forecastle or in the aft cabin, overflow crew would sleep in here.
All right. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 8.
Right.
All right. Very good.
This is also a classroom where we do our educational stuff too.
Very nice. Right. So this is really operational. Is this your refrigerator?
That's our freezer, yeah.
That's your freezer. Okay.
And these ice chests are our refrigerator, part
Alrighty.
of it. And everything, all the space in here gets used over like 2 or 3 different ways. Yeah.
And this is probably the dining room table, and on this side of the shop.
This is the dining room table here
Okay,
upstairs.
that's neat. I like this. Danny, I don't know if you can come on over here and see this, but I mean, this is what they used to use back in the 1700s, I would assume.
Oh, heck no.
Heck no. Okay,
No, back
wasn't even that fancy.
No, in the 1700s they would have eaten on deck,
Okay.
or they would have just had to hold their plates in their hands. And underneath it wouldn't have been anything like this. This would have been all carved. We're selling the hot shot very comfortable compared to the original lady.
Very good. Well, here you have somebody with money,
Yes.
and this is the purser's job. This has been Julianne.
Yes, thank you.
Julianne?
think I got money?
All right, as Julianne was saying, we have a diagram of the aft cabin, and of course we have the quarter berth, and the captain and the mate. And you can see this is kind of a small room, although you do have a main table. Now the forecastle, or the crew's berthing, which is up front,
Yes.
you have the foremast, which of course is the mast. The bosun's stores, which I would assume that's all the personal possessions, and of course 1, 2, 3, 4 bunks, and then you have double bunks, of course, so that makes 8 bunks. So this is the forecastle for the crew up front, and the aft cabin for the officers' quarters, of course the captain, the mate, and the quarter berth for the engineers and the others. And can we get the engine room over here? And there is an engine on here. Captain Robert Gray did not have one, but we have one, and we are happy for it. And the engine is, of course, in the back above the aft cabin. Very good. All right. Thank you very much. All right. Well, I believe that we're about to raise the sail. And, of course, the crew is up there. They have their safety harnesses on. Or raise the sail, drop the sail. And I don't think I'd want to be standing on those ropes, would you, Daniel? All right. When they get everything undone, then it can go on down. You can actually put it on standby up until that point. They'll scream out area.
Port sheets well. You need a good sharp sweat to starboard. You're hung up on the thumb cleat.
On the port right here,
Starboard sheets well. Blair sheets. You headed hired?
Very hard. Nice, yeah.
Danny, go down here with you.
Wouldn't come to work till after 9. Pay me my money down. You pay me, you owe me. Pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down. Lady hit me with a... I woke up sailing over the bar. Pay me my money down. You pay me, you owe me. Pay me my money down. Pay me or go to jail. Pay me my money down.
Blair hired. Blair hired. And support races.
look at the top.
To help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, bully down in Shinbo now. Well, Sally is a girl I love dearly. Hey, hey, bully in the alley. Sally is a girl I slice dearly, bully down in Shinbo now. So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley. Hey, hey, bully in the alley. Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, bully down in Shinbo now. I bought her silks, I bought her laces, way, hey, bully in the alley. Took that girl to all the nice places, bully down in Shinbo now. So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, way, hey, bully in the alley.
Okay.
Help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, bully down in Shinbo now. For 7 long years, I courted Sally, way, hey, bully in the alley. All she did was dilly-dally, bully down in Shinbo now. So help me, Bob, I'm bully in the alley, way, hey.
That's Blair hired. Blair hired.
I don't know.
And span races. Sport course gear. Blair sheet. Cast off the gear, tack her down to windward.
I got a good thought. That was the deal. You know, Jack Carr. That was.
Blair tack. See her home.
Hey, moves. Don't worry about moves. We're not contact. Don't have to worry about gunfire. That's it.
Lay your feet. Take a slack out of where the bowling. Well down all.
Well down all.
There you have it, folks. Set sail like it was done 200 years ago. How about a hand for this hard work?
Hey!
Yeah, they get their grog.
Yeah, we didn't get our grog.
Mine comes to the part where you're watching on a smaller boat, you know, we have to hang on sometimes. We go 6-8 months out. But I like to come to washing, or car washing. I like to see it falling on the ground.
Well,
Take the gas.
and I use
Mr. Mate, note the smoke.
Smoke tells no lies.
Yeah, note the sails. Yeah, I think so. Deja vu.
Oh!
Pretty good.
But you missed.
Moving on up, all the way up.
One of these days we'll have a wall. We have another one.
Your hands starting main braces?
That's how we started with it.
Very well. For sharp port tack, mainsail haul.
Get Taylor and I don't.
Wait for us. Stop, lear port races. It's like anywhere the ball is. Go down.
On the other tack that we were gonna.
Braces of blade, hands port course gear. Board out.
Board out.
Ready, starboard gear.
Once at home, haul your leech. Hands aloft, still the forecourse.
That's one thing I love about
I'm standing here with Damien. Damien is the first mate on the Lady Washington. And Damien, can you tell me something about the history of the boat? It's historically accurate, correct?
Correct. You want history of this vessel or history of the original?
The history of this vessel.
She was launched 7 years ago, built in Aberdeen, Washington, funded by the Grays Harbor Historical Seaport, various donations and grants and things of that sort. She's accurate down to the length, from the deck up, which is as close as the Coast Guard would allow.
Right.
You can look around and see different things, like life rafts here, modern navigation there, there's a radar up there. We don't like to tell people about those things.
About how long is she?
It's 112 overall, spar. That's from the tip over here and to the tip way out there. And on deck, she's 68. And her height is 87 to the top of the main. We're a little short today because we dropped her to gallon. It's just a little shorter today than normal.
Okay. You have 4 sails on her?
Well, we have 11 sails total.
11 sails total,
That's
okay.
4,443 square feet.
That's a lot of square feet.
We're missing 2 sails though because we dropped those masts. That's where those sails were set.
How long have you been on the crew?
7 months.
7 months? Right. That's a quick move up to first mate.
Actually, I'm standing in for the real first mate, Gary Stugart. He's off the boat right now, and I fill in for him, essentially the second mate, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
It's been 7 months of fun?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah, I love beach flipping burners.
Okay, no kidding.
Yeah.
No kidding.
And my last name is Sailor, so it's my destiny.
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be. I'm just glad my last name was Paper Warriors.
Okay, good enough. You going down to San Francisco with me?
Sure. Oh yeah. Eventually duration.
Good deal. Good deal. And I bet you know how to do everything on him.
Not everything. I never learned it all.
Okay.
That's the good thing about it. It's always challenging. You only
Yeah,
get
it's
some.
tough. Well, I'm standing here with Damien Sailors and his first mate, or first mate standing in right now.
The mate.
The mate. And thank you very much,
Yeah,
Damien.
my pleasure.
There you go. There's always the potential.
standing by.
Then you know. Problem.
Aye, very well.
You ready, Halyard?
Pin your braces, slack your halyard, clue and reef down.
back.
Can't stop your sheets, boo up. Small haul port brace. Well, top belay braces, reefs are well, clues are home, haul your bunts. And sport topsail gear.
Okay, starboard brace.
That sail's going to be dropping, Mike, so. Need a hand of the halyard? Get your braces, sack your halyard, clean and reef down. Alright, cast off the sheets, blew up. Reefs are well, top layer braces, clues are home, higher bunch. Need a hand out on the sprit. And sports on the station gear.
Are you going to shoot more? Or?
No.
Oh, I was just going to tell you, but it doesn't hurt.
And then you do get the people coming back.
And if they're from out of town, let's say they're Seattleites,
Yeah.
well, we could negotiate when they take it. Maybe they want to join us in California for
Sure.
Lady Washington. It's up to the kind of people that, you know, it's negotiable as to how that works out.
That would actually be pretty neat. I mean, that would be quite a prize to sit back and say, hey, you can even do it in California.
Of course, if you got Holiday Inn or somebody involved, they might put up the lodging wherever their Holiday Inn's at.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
The nice thing about out there is now they have that. Now they have brand names that are national, like Holiday Inn and the Shiloh and the what have you.
I got a free trip to Japan once on an inaugural Japan Airlines flight.
Okay.
And then we used to get, like for our holiday dinner, big dinner for people at the Olympic Hotel. You know, we get hotels to throw in a weekend at whatever their deal was.
Stand by. Like 20 feet of beam the longboat shed.
It'd be nice if I could show it all up.
About 8 feet of beam the longboat shed.
I can hit it from here, Mr. Mate.
All right, get your after leading over as you're able.
It's your lifetime.
After waiting.
Stand back with that camera. Pull back in, pull it back in. Forward leading over as you're able. Use that. Pull it back in. Go ahead and get your bow breast over.
Yeah, clear.
That just makes
Not able.
As you're able. Get back in. Stand out of the way, Nigel.
Light's a lot heavier.
All right. There you go. Get your after leading on.
Way to go, Andy!
Take up after leading. Forward leading over. When do you take forward leading? When do you take bow breath? Take up forward leading. Bow breast on, dip that line on the cleat. Third breast over as you're able. Take the slack out of your after leading. Stuck on the cleat.
I have draft 2 getting close to done. That's with the illustrations.
Back to hold your forward leading. Hold it.
I'm doing draft illustrations and I'm going to send it out to our volunteer illustrators.
Get ahead lively with the fender there, forward of the channels.
Bow fender's in good place.
Take up and hold your after leading.
Holding after leading.
Take up and hold if you can. Alright, hold your after leading. Hold back out of your forward leading.
Oh, sorry.
Back out of your forward leading.
That's what they're for.
Hard on your forward leading. Flag on the bow breast.
Get the slack out of the forward leading.
Flag down.
Okay, hold it.
Hold your forward leading.
Use the bow breast.
Use your bow breast.
Something was worth the climb. I wish I would have had my professional view.
Darn it, I missed you coming down.
Hold forward leading. It's getting heavy on that stern.
Very well. Hold forward leading. Able.
Hi, this is Richard Whitney for North Beach Community Television. We've just taken a cruise on the Lady Washington. Quite a ship, quite a ship. Of course, she was built right here in Aberdeen. And here at the historical seaport, we talked with Les Bolton. We talked with Stacy the gunner, and of course, Damien the first mate. And it's been a lot of fun. And of course, next year she will be running operational out of Aberdeen every weekend. Should be a lot of fun. If you want to know more about the Lady Washington and the historical seaport or the longboat project, please give a call to the port, and their number is area code 532-8611. That's 532-8611. You can talk to Nancy any old time. And thank you for watching North Beach Community Television, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.